How is everybody today? My name's Lindsay if you haven't met me. If you've been working out with me on Thursdays or Tuesdays, you know who I am. But just to reintroduce myself, I'm a Pilates and yoga instructor here in Los Angeles, inside of my house because we are pretty quarantined once again. So today is Yogalates. It's going to be a fusion workout. It's going to be stretchy, but it's also going to have a lot of balancing challenges. So have a wall if you need it. Let's get right into it. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I love to hear places all over the world and research them and find out about new cities I want to one day visit. So we're going to start kneeling. If you need a pad for your knees, maybe grab a pillow or double up the pad underneath your knees just for a little support. Step your right foot out to the right and then seal the outer edge of your foot to the mat. The foot will line up with that left knee. And then reach your arms out nice and long, seal the fingers together and reach to the fingertips. So create length here. Curl the belly button in. And we're gonna take a big side bend up and over to the left. Right hand underneath the shoulder. And then big side bend up and over to the right. Reach that top arm up. Good. And then again, up and over to the side. You'll either be on your left palm underneath the shoulder or your fingertips if you need a little bit more height. Press your hips forward and let's float that right leg up. Nice. From here, keeping the hips pressing forward, bend the heel to your back. Grab the outer edge of your right foot with your hand. Push your hips forward as you kick your shin back. I want you to expand through your heart. Good. Be careful of dumping into that low back. Open the chest. Maybe let the head reach back. That feels glorious. And then take a big breath, slowly release the leg, stretch it out, flex the foot, reach the top arm to the sky. With side kick kneeling, we're going to tap the right foot to the floor and then exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. I want you to feel like you're barely putting weight on your supporting hand. So hug that left hip in, stack it over the left knee. If your neck gets irritated in this position, simply just look down to the floor, but keep that top shoulder nice and open. Then exhale, lift and lower. Begin to connect the breath with the body. One of the first connections that is good to make during the beginning of any physical practice. Nice and slow. So interesting how sometimes slower can be a lot more challenging. Good, just heating up that body here. Good, breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Good, let's find our last two. Exhale up. And inhale down. Final one. Exhale, lift, reach through those fingertips. And then lower your right knee down. Come to kneeling. Cross your right arm over your left. Bend the elbows and then bring your palms to touch, or as much as you can. Press the elbows apart. Exhale, round your back. Pull your elbows to your belly. And then inhale, lift the chest, open the heart. Exhale, round navel to the back. And inhale, widen the collarbone. One more. Exhale, pull the waist back. Spread the shoulder blades apart. And then inhale, lift and open the heart. Come back to chest over hips. Stretch the arms out and then reach your left leg out to the left. Seal the outer edge of the foot. Line it up with that right knee. We're going to take a big side bend up and over to the right. Reach the top arm overhead. Create length from the outer edge of your left foot to your left fingertips. And then roll all the way up. Reverse the stretch. Side bend to the right. Make sure that top palm faces the floor. All the way up and over. We're taking it to the right. Fingertips are palm down. And float that left leg up. Now pull in from your abs. Make sure to fill up your back ribs. Pull your left heel to your hip. Grab it with your left hand. Open your chest, kick your shin back. And take a couple big inhales here. And relax the muscles in the neck. And slowly releasing the left leg. Stretch it out to the left. Left arm to the sky, flex your foot. We're going to inhale, tap the foot down, and exhale, lift. Squeezing our abductors, so the outer part of this left hip is working. It's really full body here, a lot of core. So this bottom waist, we don't want to dump down. We want to stay nice and lifted. And we're tacking this right hip in, so it's over the right knee, rather than leaning a lot of weight into the right hand. Let's find that breath. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Reach energy through your top fingers like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And a couple more here. Warming up that body. Good. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. And staying with that concentration, thinking of the area of the body that we're working. Good. Let's find 3 more here. For 3. Nice control, guys. And 2. Good. Big lift on 1. Reach to the top arm. And then control it down. Step yourself to kneeling. Take your right arm over your left. Bend your elbows and then palms together. Exhale, belly button in, round the back. Think cow pose. Inhale, open the chest. Good. Round for that angry cat pose. And arch open the collarbone. 1 more right here. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. Good. Neutral spine. Release the hands. We're coming to all 4s. So take your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let's reach the right arm overhead with the palm facing in and the left leg straight back behind you. Foot is flexed. Now when we move into this, try not to let your left hip open up. So that left hip bone points down to the ground. Lift through the core. As you inhale, take your right arm to the right and your left leg to the left. Get that left leg all the way to the side of the hip, yeah? And not on the ground. And then return yourself back to the start. So nice and slow, we're taking the arm to the right, the leg to the left, without the back moving, and then return. Now this requires a lot of stability. So once again, try to move a little slower. The whole time we're hugging the right hip in, so it stays over the supporting knee. Inhale to the side. Exhale, lift the core, return center. Good. Shoulders down, chin off the chest, gazing slightly forward at the mat. Okay. Now if you can, try to keep that leg up when you take it to the side instead of down here. Lift it a little higher. Good, let's take 2 more. Breathe in and take it to the side. Breathe out and return. Okay, this one we're gonna hold. Right arm to the right of the shoulder, the left leg left of the hip. Tilt that left hip bone to the floor. Pull in from your core. Listen to your breath. Reach your arm overhead, your leg behind you, and release. Nice work. Harder than it looks, right? So we're gonna take it to the other side. You're gonna stretch your right leg straight back behind you. Local recording stop. Oh, are you guys still there? I thought it ended. We're still live. Okay, I'm coming back. Sorry about that. I thought it ended. Okay, so hands underneath the shoulders. You got the right leg straight back behind us. Left leg overhead. Technical difficulties, right? We have the other side. Maybe you got a quick break. Abs in and up. You're gonna take your left hand out to the left, right leg out to the right. Notice that your right leg gets really far to the side of your hip, and then we're gonna return back to center. Okay, here we go. Inhale to separate. And exhale to return. Now I'm shaking because I'm really trying to keep my right leg lifted by using that outer hip muscle, the same muscle we were working in that last move. So I want you to put your mind in your muscle. Hug the left hip in, roll the right hip bone down, and push out of the floor, lift the waist. Nice. Without looking forward, stretch the top of your head to the wall in front of you, and the tailbone to the wall behind you. Good work, guys. Keeping that balance of the spine and the hips. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, separate. And exhale, return. Nice job, starting to get a little warm. Nice, okay, here we go. Left arm to the left, right leg to the right. We're gonna hold and breathe. Lift up and then out of your support, push the palm down, kick the shin down, lift the outer right thigh. Big breath in, and then left arm overhead, right leg behind you, and release. Awesome work. We're taking it to a forearm plank. So one thing I want you to pay attention to is the palms are spread wide and the elbows not splaying out to the side. They're pretty narrow, directly underneath your shoulder line. Tuck your toes behind you. Level out your low back. So heels to the top of your head is in one line. Push the heels back, pull the chest forward, lift the chest up as well. So try not to sink down into those arms. Okay, I like to do this thing right here. Imagine you're pulling your elbows back and your feet forward. If that doesn't light your core up, I don't know what would. That is fire right there. So elbows and feet are pulling the mat towards each other. That's gonna create this lovely connection in the middle of the body. Maybe even makes you shake pretty quick. So think, drag the forearms back, pull the feet forward. Nicely done. Good, reach your chin over your fingertips. Look slightly forward. And let's find the breath. Try to smooth the breath out, especially as we start to get a little bit more active. The breath likes to get choppy or flustered. And part of the practice of yoga is connecting that breath with the body and trying to keep it calm. 3 more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Good, last 2. And 1. Lower the hips down, untuck the toes and press the tops of the feet into the floor. Push the pelvis into the mat and then glide the chest forward. And draw the muscles in the back together, tilt the chin up towards the ceiling, and sink the top of the shoulders down. Good, and then release. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes about hips distance, press the hips into the mat, and press up into plank. Good, so nice, wide fingers, right? Create a lot of grounding for your hands. You have a lot of real estate on that mat to help you stay lifted. We'll rock forward over the toes, the tops of the feet are on the mat, and then rock back to the ball of the foot, push the heels back. Rock over the feet, come forward. Rock back to the ball of the foot, push the heel back. Now notice the only thing moving is my feet, my toes really. If this is a little intense for you, just stay with the plank. So we are stretching those toes out, which if we're prone to wearing a lot of tennis shoes or heels, could be a little uncomfortable. Push the ground away from you. Lift those core muscles up. Let's inhale, come forward, keeping the front of the chest wide. Exhale, push back through your heels. Nice work. Good, last 3. And 2. Last one. Good, find your plank. Control chaturanga, bend the elbows right by the waist, lower to your belly. Untuck the feet, press the toes into the ground, and come up onto your fingertips like you're clawing the mat. Now draw your shoulders together. Inhale, lift up through your heart. And now think of rounding the spine, chin to chest, roll to the mat. Inhale, lead with the chest, roll up. Exhale, lead with the chin, roll down. Couple more. Push the tops of the feet down so that the kneecaps lift and the legs are strongly engaged. Breathe in and lift the heart. Breathe out and lower. Good. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. We'll come back to our forearms. Elbows underneath shoulders. And then we'll tuck our toes behind us. Pull in from your core and come up into your plank. We're going to take this into dolphin pose. Now, like I said earlier, be careful of those elbows starting to splay apart. So keep those elbows hugging towards each other. Walk your feet in towards your elbows, this is kind of like downward dog, push out of your forearms and lift your tailbone to the sky. Good, now depending on your flexibility, maybe your knees are softly bent so you can lift the tailbone higher. I would rather your knees be bent so you can get your back straight rather than your heels being down and being in a really rounded low back. And then walk the feet back out. Find your plank, lengthen the body. Inhale. Exhale, walk the feet in. Good, getting that big stretch in the hamstrings. Soft knees, abs in. Push the ground away from you with the arms. And then walking back out. Good, we'll add on here if appropriate. If not, stay with that one. You're gonna walk the feet in. Lift the hips up. Sink the heels down. Let's sweep the right leg up to the height of the hip. Flex the foot, reach to the heel. Draw the inner thighs together. And square the hips so that your right hip points down and your left hip pulls back. Push your chest back towards your back thigh. Release the right foot. Standing on it, sweep the left leg up. Good, hug the elbows in. Flex the left foot. Draw your inner legs together. And then square by rolling the left hip down, drawing the right hip back. Take a breath. Plant the feet and lower down to your knees. Nice work. So let's come to a downward dog. Fingers spread wide. Let's slightly turn the hands out. Wrap the outer arms in. Tuck your toes and lift the hips. Take one big breath and then look forward. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Let's have the feet hips distance and come into a forward fold. Okay, we're gonna warm up those legs. So here we go. Soften in the knees so that you're able to come to a flat back. See how my chest is in line with my back? That's what we're gonna try to keep here. It takes a lot of core strength, so belly button to spine. Arms will sweep up overhead. Palms face each other, shoulders plug. Now we're gonna pulse our arms up in this position. Reach through your fingers. Try not to be here, right? Try to lengthen as if your tailbone's melting back, your fingertips are reaching overhead. Elbows point to the floor, eyes to the ground. Little lifts, strengthening those shoulders. And now keep your arms up, shift weight over onto your right foot, reach your left leg back behind you. Now lift the left leg up, warrior three, and then tap it down. Left leg lifts and lowers. Now the challenging part about this is one, the balance, and two, keeping the hips squared. So the right hip is drawing back and the left hip, knee, and toes are pointing down. What may want to happen is kind of like a turned out position. So I want you to come to parallel. And more advanced, you're going to try to keep your whole body in one line. So when that back leg lifts, your back, your arms, and your back leg are all in one line. Last one, let's hold the leg up. Little pulses. Lift 10. Breathe 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Hold and breathe. Square the pelvis, tailbone to the back heel. And then slowly step your left foot back. Stretch your arms up. Crescent lunge. Pull the right hip back. Soften the shoulders. We'll bend the left knee to the mat. Push through the front heel, stand up. Inhale, bend. And exhale up. Nice work. That balancing really activates that right glute, huh? Breathe with me. Let's do 5 more. 5. Soft shoulders. Reach through those arms. Get those arms back by the sides of your head. Dynamic mobility here. Ribs in. 1 more. Inhale, bend. And exhale, lift. Good. We're going to step forward. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Coming into standing pigeon. So we'll take the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Needing balance, grab a chair. Send the hips back like you're sitting into a chair. I'm just going to angle a little. So I've got this window in the middle of my legs. Sit the hips back. Weight is back in the right heel. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you can sit lower and reach the hands for the mat. Now, lengthen your body. Hips back, chest forward. Take a deep breath in. This feels so good on that left side. Coming into standing splits. Fingertips on the floor. Uncross the left ankle. Reach it up to the ceiling with your hips open. Now lean down into your supporting leg. Squeeze the outer left hip that we've been working and push your left leg to the sky. Good. Walk your face into that standing knee. Good. Option to add on. Right hand on the floor underneath the shoulder. Bend the left knee and grab the outer edge of the left foot. Open the knee up. Lengthen the spine. Firm the right hip in. Open that left shoulder up. Good. Take 2 breaths. And then slowly release without slingshotting. Take it to the mat. Feet hips distance. Bend the knees. Slide the hands palm up underneath the toes for Padahastasana. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward so the shoulder blades melt down. Now keep the shoulders down as you bend the elbows and draw yourself down into the forward fold. Hug your inner knees together. Shift weight to your toes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Soften the knees, remove the hands. Step the feet as wide as the mat with your toes turned out. Whole foot planted. Take a seat down, Malasana. Hands to the heart. Push your elbows open, hug your knees in. So the challenging part of this is getting the posture. This is how the back would like to be, right? It's a little bit easier. So I need you to lift up. Even if you're kind of leaning forward, that's okay. Eventually, you're gonna bring your chest back, so it's over the hips. I'm sure like the perfect position would be someone's back all the way back there, but I think I'd fall over if I tried to do that. So take a deep breath here, opening up through the inner thighs. Good, and then exhale, hands to the mat, straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet, hips distance apart. Soft bend of the knees, belly in, we're to our side too. So chest is coming up, so it's level with the hips. Arms are reaching forward by the head. Shoulders draw down, fingertips reach out, and we pulse. So we're practicing external rotation of the arms. So palms and inner arms face each other. Shoulders down, ribcage connected. Seal the fingers so we contain the energy. Good, and look down and slightly forward. Good, and last 2. And then hold the arms up by the head. Shift the weight to the left leg. Sweep the right leg back. Square the hips. Exhale, lift the right leg back. Flex the foot. Inhale, tap it to the mat. Lift and lower. Good. Modification is to come up a little bit higher as you do this. This is on your hard on your low back or hands on a chair. Advance, try to get your chest down in line with your hips. Good. And remember the leg that's lifting up, if you're super flexy, we're only looking for it to come to hip height. So not above the back. I do not want to see that. So no arching in that lumbar spine. Good, give me 2 more. And now hold that right leg up. Push your left big toe down and pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Stretch long. Good. Slowly we're coming back to crescent lunge. Right toes tuck. Feet hips distance. Arms up. Inhale, bend the knees down. Exhale, push through the left heel. Good, let's smooth that breath out. I know that warrior 3 is challenging. Good, drop the shoulders. Energy through those fingertips. A nice long neck. Okay, let's find 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to step forward and we have our standing pigeon. So right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Hips are going to reach back. Whoop. So I'm sending my hips back. Tailbone lengthening behind you. Chest is coming forward. Now I'm going to drop lower so that I'm getting my hips down in line with that right knee. And now heart forward. Good, booty to the back. Smooth out the breath. Sit into it, allow that right hip to open. Standing split, so I'm going to shift my weight to my fingertips. Head comes forward, right leg reaches to the ceiling. We're going open hips today, so unsquaring because we did a lot of squaring so far. Squeeze the right glute, push the thigh up, and then lean to your leg on the floor. Use the hands, push the floor forward, lean into that left leg, and then energy through the right toes. Good, now you can stay here, or left hand underneath the shoulder. I like to do fingertips. I'll take my left outer foot, or right outer foot in my right hand, lift the knee, and then start to open the hip and the shoulders. Okay, now find your drishti, your gaze. Good, firm the left outer hip in, and let's take a couple breaths. Good, and then slowly release without slingshotting and take it to the mat. Feet hips distance, soft bend of the knees, peace fingers, hook your big toes, so in between your big toe and your second toe, lengthen forward, pull up on your toes as you push your toes down, try to come into a flat back, and then bend the elbows and pull yourself in. I made 2 full breaths here, audible. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One more, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Soften the knees, slide the hands out, step yourself back into Malasana, toes and knees turn out, take a seat. Okay, so we're gonna come into a bind and a standing balance. If you don't want to, you can stay right here in Malasana, which we practiced on the last side. So from here, we're gonna drop our left shoulder down, reach the left arm back, the palm faces the back wall, right arm going behind my back as well. I'm getting that clasp. If that's impossible, push the backs of the hands into the body or grab a belt. Okay, now from here, I'm walking my feet towards each other. You have to hug this left knee in like crazy, like it's your child. Come up to the ball of your left foot, shift weight to your right foot, and then see if you can get the left foot off the mat. From here, open the chest, and slowly we'll come on up to standing. So if you practice a lot of yoga, this is like the birds of paradise sister. Good, now the key is a nice clean transition. So coming back down, bend the right knee, coming to the floor, plant the foot, take a seat, release the arms. Excellent. I'm going to show you from a turned around position so you can see the clasp a little differently. So now you're to your other leg, your left leg. Reach, or your right leg, sorry. Reach your right arm behind your back, left arm behind the back, and get that clasp or press the backs of the hands into the body. Good, now walk the feet towards each other. Come up onto the ball of the right foot and really hug this right knee in. Then slowly lift the right foot and slowly come all the way up to standing. Control. Open the chest, stand tall. Scoop that right hip underneath you. Good, now that clean transition. Bending the left knee. Good, without falling, controlling it down. Taking it to the mat and releasing. Nice work. Doesn't matter if you got it or not, it's just about practice. Okay, now we're gonna play with an arm balance called Pakasana. The key with this is this really rounded shape of the core. So you're rounded in your chest, but your neck is still long. So let's try it. Fingers are spread wide right underneath the shoulders. Turn your elbows in. Engaging the chest. Come up onto the balls of your toes. Pull your knees up into your armpits. And now round the back like I was talking. Open the chest up, look forward. Shift forward. Maybe the toes get light. Maybe one foot lifts. Maybe the other foot lifts. Then elbows draw together. Heels pull up.
And now start to straighten your arms. Push the ground away from you. Good, belly in. Gaze forward. Take 3 smooth breaths. And then set the feet down. Amazing. Vashisthasana, another side plank, or another arm balance. Plant the left hand underneath your shoulder. Let's stack the feet out in front of us. Feet in line with the hand. And we'll open our chest up. Now maybe this is where you stay today, and that is great. I'm gonna give a variation if anyone's interested. Show me your right peace fingers. Bring your right knee to your chest, hook your right big toe, reach the leg forward, pull the right shoulder back, and maybe we open the leg up to the ceiling. Notice how I'm not dropping my left hip. Push out of the foot, lift the pelvis. Now control, right? Slowly release and take it down. Awesome. Okay, we're coming into some core work, guys. Let's glue the legs together, point the toes, reach the arms long, interlace the finger, extend the pointer finger. Modification is to keep the arms at chest height. Advance is to bring them up by the ears. Rib cage in, curl the pelvis. Roll back with control. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, arms back, curl up, dive up and over. Roll it down, soften the shoulders, chin off the chest. Arms stay back if you can. Exhale, lead with the sternum. I'll show you a modified one. Arms down at chest level. Roll it down. Push the feet into the mat. See how the arms are at chest level? That's a little bit of a modification. Good, otherwise, arms by the ears. Curl it back, sink those shoulders. One more, breathe out, curl up. Rounding over, breathe in, roll it down. Okay, adding on if appropriate for our teaser as you curl up, lift the legs up off the mat and reach your fingertips and toes to the ceiling. Good, now lower the legs, lower the back, curl through the pelvis. Take it down, exhale, inner thighs glued, lift up, stretch, and control it down. I lost that one a little bit. Inhale, exhale, curl, lift, chest to toes. Proud of your challenge. Roll it down. Okay, adding a twist. As you curl up, straight legs or bent knees, rotate right. Center, curl down the spine. Inhale, exhale, curl up, legs and chest, rotate to the left. Center, roll it down. So we're gonna smooth that out. As I curl up, I'm going right, legs lift up through center, reach to that extended pointer finger. Twist center, roll it down. Roll up, left, and center, roll it down. Let's do 2 more. You can always keep the legs down or bring the knees bent to tabletop. Reach, center, control. Final one. Twist left, center. Now control it down just to a hover. So feet 2 inches off the floor, chest 2 inches off the floor. We're gonna pulse the head and feet down, lift up. Tap down, lift up. Lumbar spine into the mat. No curve between the low back and the floor. Tap, lift, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. Exhale up, inhale down. Hear your breathing. Exhale like you're fogging a mirror. Good, let's do 8 more. 8, 7, modify, arms over the chest, knees bent. 5, staying strong. 4, corset those abs. 3, 2, 1, and release. Roll it up. I think I just had like some sort of sweat malfunction on the mat. Okay, so come to kneeling. We're going to set up for Vashisthasana on the other side. Right hand's coming underneath the shoulder. Feet will stack out to the side. Good, so you're here. You're going to take the big toe bind, Peace fingers of the left hand, bring the left knee up, grab the toe, pull the left shoulder back, so I don't want that guy to happen. Reach that left leg forward. Lift your bottom hip and open your leg to the sky. Push out of your supporting right hand, right leg. Plug that left shoulder down, squeeze your left glute in. Breathe. Now, just like we got in, we're exiting nice and slow. Release, float it down, and lower. Gorgeous. Okay, so coming to your back, do some chair or prayer twists. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Palms to your heart. Now, I want you to find pressure of pushing your hands into each other without rounding your chest. So chest is open, chest is lifted, palms press into each other. Exhale, slowly twist to the right. Squeeze the palms. Inhale, soften the press of the palms center. Press into the palms, rotate left. Soften the palms center. Good. Actively push the arms as you twist. And center, nice work, rotating around that midline. Once again, keeping this nice, slow, and controlled. Look at your abdominal muscles. Pull them to the mat. Nice work. Getting some rotation in the thoracic spine, so the upper back. And the neck is turning as well, but we're more concerned about tops of the shoulders to the ribs. That's where we want the twist happening. As you press into the palms, exhale. As you come through center, inhale. Good, let's do one more each side. Last one to the left. And then go back to the right for me. Squeeze the palms together and pulse the chest up. 10. Breathe out. 9, 8. Pull those abs down. 7, 6, 5, 4. Shoulders. 3, 2, 1. To the left. Pressure into the hands and lift. 10, 9. Get both shoulder blades up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rest your head. Okay, make sure you have some space behind you. We're going into high frog. So kind of like a shoulder stand position we'll come to. Let's rock our knees to our face. Walk your elbows towards each other. And then take your hands to your middle back, right below the back ribs. And then we'll reach our legs to the ceiling. Now maybe this is where you try to work. So think candlestick, feet above chest, chin off the chest. Pilates V, heels together, toes pointed. Bend your knees into a diamond, knees the width of the shoulders. Reach the legs up, squeeze the glutes. Now the challenge is going straight up and down so that the pelvis does not move around and your back stays still. Good. Now I need you to create your own resistance here, right? Because we're doing body weight. So ankle bones heavily squeezing in towards each other. Push those heels together. Push your pelvis forward and your thighs back. Good, nice and slow. One more. Reaching the legs straight up. Flex the feet, stay turned out. Right leg towards you, left leg away from you. Pulse, pulse. Kick further into your split. Switch through center. Pulse, pulse. Good, the breathing. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. Now I'm trying to balance my hips on over my chest. Good. I'm in an external rotated position. And when my leg goes down behind my back, I'm not letting that tilt my pelvis towards the floor over my hands. Good. So I'm not just doing this to find the biggest range of motion possible. I'm doing this to keep and work that hip stability. Last one. Okay, heels together, toes and knees apart. Control balance. Straight legs, lower them overhead. Heels together, toes and knees apart. Balls of the feet down, so walk the toes towards you. Reach back for the feet. Pull your shoulders down, lift your pelvis up. Good, firm your thighs. Awesome stretch. Lift the hips off the rib cage. Pull the shoulders to the back. Bend the knees, roll it down. Okay, high bridge. We're gonna try this in a Pilates V. So heels together, toes and knees apart. This is what it will look like. Now I don't want the knees here, I want them your shoulder distance. If this isn't working for you, you'll just do a bridge. So modification is here. Flat back, neutral spine, up and down. So work the squeeze of the glutes. Keep your knees tracking in line with your shoulders. If you want to try high bridge, let's walk through it. Heels together, hands by the shoulders, fingertips point towards you. Now hug the elbows in, pull the shoulders down, lift your hips up, and press up just to the top of your head. Now, I want the elbows to not splay out, just like the knees. So elbows, shoulders, and knees line up. Press the hips to the ceiling, press into the palms, and let's lift up. Good, so knees stay apart, heels squeeze together. Good, lengthen the arms, but sink the shoulders towards each other in the back. Head is just relaxed here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Good work. Move your heart towards the wall you're looking at, and your knees towards the wall at the bottom of your mat. Good, and then bend the elbows, roll it down. Let's take a spine twist. That was beautiful, guys. Right leg or left leg crosses over right. Drop the knees over to the right. Reach the arms out into a T position. Take a big deep inhale, and as you exhale, drop the left shoulder down to the floor. Roll back to the middle, and let's switch those legs. Right over left. Send the knees to the left. Do a little twist of the chest to the right. Good, big inhale. As you exhale, drop the back of the right shoulder down. Take a couple deep breaths here into your ribs, your belly, and your chest. And come back to center. Good, and then let's press ourselves up to a seat. Coming into Upavishta Konasana, so wide-legged forward fold. So I want you to pick a distance with your legs where your low back is not here. So if you're here, bring those legs a little closer, hands behind your back, sit up tall. The first thing is that flat back. Flex the heels, firm the kneecaps, and seal the outer hip to the mat. Especially as we come forward, the outer hip likes to roll off the floor. So let's ground the outside of the leg and lift up. Breathe into the space, create an open heart. And so if that back is having a hard time staying lifted, hands will stay here. Otherwise, you're gonna come down through center. Bow your head to the floor. Good. Outer edge of the leg sealed, inner thighs roll up. Good. And then walk it up. You guys did amazing. Thank you for joining me for Yogalates. Let me know what you thought of it. I love doing a variety of workouts. My name's Lindsay. If you haven't met me before, you can follow me on Instagram at Lindsay Rosebush. It's right there on the screen. I'd love to hear where you guys are in the world. So let me know. I'm here in Los Angeles, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hey Creighton, good to see you. Hi Rita, from Portugal, so cool. Hi from Russia, love that. India. Oh, you did the other one, Sid. Good to hear you. Oklahoma, woo.